Jimmy Haslam just forced the Cleveland Browns to make what might be the most aggressive roster move of the entire season. And he didn't do it to add depth. He did it to send a message. Minutes ago, news broke that the Browns have officially signed wide receiver Jamari Thrash, a move that on paper looks like a simple roster adjustment. But when you peel back the layers of what has been happening inside that locker room, specifically between Jeudy and Shedeur Sanders, this is actually a declaration of war against the current receiving corps. The owner has seen enough, and the timing suggests that Jeudy's days as the #1 option are effectively over. To understand why this signing is happening right now, you have to look at the absolute meltdown we witnessed during the San Francisco 49ers game. Following a brutal 26-8 defeat at home, tempers didn't just flare, they exploded. Cameras caught a heated exchange between Jeudy and Shedeur Sanders on the sideline that was so intense they effectively had to be separated. This wasn't just frustration about losing. This was a quarterback and his supposed top receiver completely breaking down. Jeudy looked furious. Sanders looked done. And that visual confirmed what we've suspected all month. The chemistry isn't just bad, it's toxic. But the sideline beef was just the emotional side of the story. The numbers paint an even darker picture of what the coaching staff thinks of Jeudy. In a recent game, tight end Harold Fannin Jr. received a staggering 14 targets. To put that in perspective, no other player on the entire roster saw more than 4 passes come their way. That is not a balanced NFL offense. That is a coaching staff screaming that they do not trust their wide receivers. When the media pressed Fannin on why the offense was so lopsided, his answer was telling. He simply said, "I just do what I'm told to do." He didn't claim he was just open. He implied the game plan was designed to ignore everyone else. This brings us to the uncomfortable truth about Jeudy's performance lately. Insiders and analysts have been blunt, with one source explicitly stating that Jeudy has been an absolute liability, specifically when Shedeur Sanders is under center. It's almost bizarre to watch on tape. We are seeing a pattern where Jeudy seems to lose his fundamental ability to catch the football the moment Sanders steps on the field. In the game against the Bears, we saw a perfectly placed ball hit Jeudy right in the chest, only to bounce off and land in the hands of a defender for an interception. That's not a rookie quarterback making a mistake. That is a veteran receiver failing his quarterback. This is exactly why Jimmy Haslam stepped in. The Browns have officially announced that Shedeur Sanders will start the final 3 games of the season. They are in full evaluation mode, trying to determine if he is the franchise quarterback of the future. But here is the problem. You cannot fairly evaluate a rookie quarterback when his primary target is actively sabotaging plays. How do you judge Shedeur's decision-making when a dime throw results in a turnover because his receiver lacks focus? Haslam knows that to get a real look at Sanders, they need to remove the variable of dropped passes, and that is why Jamari Thrash is now in the building. Now, we have to be fair. Shedeur Sanders hasn't been perfect. He has looked like a rookie. There have been moments where he holds onto the ball too long, trying to play hero ball, and he has missed some reads. Insider reports noted that after a magical game previously, he came back down to earth and struggled with consistency. But the nuance here is critical. A significant portion of his struggles come from a lack of time in the pocket and receivers who aren't creating separation. The front office is betting that if they can fix the supporting cast, those rookie mistakes will disappear. And the flashes of brilliance we saw with his deep balls to Isaiah Bond will become the norm. So who is the guy coming to take Jeudy's targets? Jamari Thrash is a 5th-round pick who has been quietly efficient, recording 10 receptions for 107 yards in limited action. But the deeper metrics show why the Browns want him now. Thrash is a yak monster. Yards after the catch. In college, nearly half of his yardage came after he had the ball in his hands. He averages high yards per route run. And, most importantly, he catches the ball. By inserting Thrash into the lineup for these final 3 games, the Browns are running a control experiment. If Shedeur lights it up with Thrash, it proves the problem all along was Jeudy. The schedule ahead is brutal. The Browns face the Buffalo Bills, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Cincinnati Bengals to close out the year. These are playoff-caliber defenses that will test everything Shedeur has learned. By signing Thrash and publicly committing to Shedeur, the organization has drawn a line in the sand. Harold Fannin Jr. confirmed the locker room knows the situation, stating they are playing for their tape and trying to build something for next year. For Jeudy, the writing is on the wall. This isn't just a benching, it's an audition for his replacement. Jimmy Haslam and the Browns front office have made their choice. They are doubling down on Shedeur Sanders and stripping away the excuses by bringing in receivers who actually want to play. The sabotage era is over, and now we get to see what this rookie quarterback can actually do when he has support. But I want to hear from you. Do you think Jeudy is intentionally checking out when Shedeur plays? Or is he just having a bad run of luck? And does the signing of Jamari Thrash save Shedeur's season? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to stay updated on this locker room drama, make sure you're subscribed.